I don't know why I'm so sassy today.
All right, so
That's
who's
one.
I
next?
believe I won that award.
All right, so who beeth next?
There's only one left. And I'm curious how much she's been able to contain her own excitement.
If you hadn't noticed, Josh muted her earlier.
Process of elimination,
Oh,
I
I
suppose.
see. I see.
No, I muted her earlier because she had a lot of background noise going on, and it was annoying.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Is it better now?
Process,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
process of elimination, I suppose Rose is next, unless she refused as well.
Rose is completely out of commission for reasons that are beyond my capability to fix. Instead, Owen summons Hannah.
Anna's good.
Raavas' eyes widen at the news of Rose, and then they get even bigger when he sees Hannah. He looks at Owen. I thought you said she was dead.
I never
No.
said any such thing. Why would you say that?
I almost was. And as much as I don't really like you, I'm really glad to see you. She goes over and actually hugs Raavas.
Yeah. Raavas, breathes stiff. And then
Ew, affection, gross.
Ew, cooties!
and then just slowly raises his hand and then pat.
There.
You know, Raavas, hugs aren't so bad once you get used to them.
They are when the last few cases of physical touch with me have been unpleasant ones.
Well, I'm here,
Yeah,
and I'm glad you are too.
Yeah, I'd imagine Raavas feels a little bit like an abused dog at this point.
Why the comparison? That's a sad face.
Is it inaccurate?
I never said
Exactly.
anything about that. I hate you.
Raavas, I never really got to ask you, but why are you here? Not in the dreamscape, but here in Bartle. I know why they are.
I am here because I made a deal with them. I would help them save their queen. If they would help me save my people.
Well, I think you can tell that they're pretty determined to do both. Now, Amber and Owen have both expressed distrust about you because of your more ruthless ways. And I'll admit, I don't particularly care for you either. But you are necessary, and you haven't given me, personally, a reason to doubt that you would see your mission through. However, I think that being here may teach you the value of compromise. You're in different territory, right? You are essentially not a spy, but someone who doesn't belong. You should it may benefit everyone if you played by their rules. I'm not saying that you...
Raavas just holds up a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying, Hannah. But it was not this place that taught me that. It was actually your grandmother. And your father helped.
Glacier.
Yes. I have done more with my attitude to jeopardize our mission than to help it.
Owen, you see that he recognizes that?
I'm listening.
Raavas, Arkuth is gone.
I heard he completed his mission, as I understand.
Yes. He left after he saved me. Bolzabul ate me.
Ah,
And,
but he did not kill you. That
no.
explains.
Yes. Arkuth kind of hid me in his breastplate until they could get him out. So we're all still here, and we're all still ready to fight Loth, but I'm going to try and protect them too, just like he did. And that includes you. I hope that Owen will agree to let you join us, because he can see that you are learning to play by the rules that they are more accustomed to. I think they got it from somewhere else, though. You know how everyone likes my aunt? I think that's where they get it from.
I understand. Perhaps in more ways than you think.
You are valuable, Raavas.
I hope so.
Still don't all the way like you, but then again, I don't think that's what you want. I'm happy you're alive, though.
As am I. You're necessary to this group's morale.
Mm. Owen, do you think he could wake up tomorrow?
I still have one more discussion with him, as you are the last that I had intended to have here. Then we will be alone.
I understand, and I appreciate you listening to me.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say to Raavas?
Just thank you to both of you.
Why are you thanking me?
Things are different, Raavas. I see things a little differently. And I'm thanking you because you tried to protect them in your own way. Just like I need to be able to protect them in mine.
Just play to your strengths. If you're going to try to protect them, play to your strengths. Don't play to anyone else's.
That's what I'm doing right now. This is my part. And thank you, Owen, for listening. That's all.
I dismiss Hana back to her own dreamscape. Raavas, is there anything else you wanted to say to me before we end? This may very well be the last time I get to see you.
I have said all I can say. I have said all I needed to say. Anything more, and I'd just be signing my own death warrant.
I'm surprised you still believe that, but I understand that that is how you were brought up. I admit I have taken the wrong avenue when trying to actually talk to you here. I kept trying to think about things from my perspective. So, I admit I know very little about drow culture. And I'm sure that there is much, much more that people will want to teach me when given the chance. But I imagine I must try to think of this from your point of view here and now. Regardless of how many times I've tried to tell you otherwise, you still believe that I'm holding a knife to your throat. So, if you were in that same circumstance, in your own culture, I imagine that there are only two things that would stop someone else from using that knife on your throat. You either entertain that person, or you give them a compelling reason not to use the knife.
Can you get it to the office? Yeah, thank you.
You are so certain that this is the circumstance that you are in. And given that little bit I understand about drow culture, am I wrong in that assumption that there are only two things you can do in that situation?
You are close, but you're missing one key thing. For drow, often giving the drow what they want is all they need to plunge the knife in. After all, then you no longer, once you've given them what they want, what need do they have to keep you alive?
If what you're telling them is not a compelling reason not to use the knife, then you aren't doing one of those two things, are you?
Well, I suppose it simply depends on what the circumstance I am in. Would giving you the information... You obviously want information from me. But if I give you any information, what's to stop you from executing me when you no longer have a need, now that you no longer have a need for me?
Why do you think I brought each and every one of our party members here before you tonight?
It's possible that it was a peace offering, but it's also just as possible that you were hoping that they would get the information out of me, so then you would be free to kill me yourself.
I did not do that for your sake, Raavas. And as much as you continue to disbelieve it, it was not for mine either. I fully expected that you would not reveal any useful tidbits about Lolth. I fully expected each of them to voice their grievances against me and you. This may be a bit beyond your understanding, Raavas. But there is more than just you or I in the decisions that I made here tonight. Now, I will say again, I have no interest in killing you. You don't believe it, but I still want to say it. In your mind, I'm still holding that knife to your throat. And in that circumstance, if you are believing that I am like your drow culture, then you must entertain me or give me a compelling reason not to kill you. In my perspective, I am waiting for a show of faith.
Trust has to be both ways, Owen. And you have done nothing to earn it. Not from me, and not from them either. If I am to die here, then I suppose I'll have to trust the rest of you to carry on without me. If I am to be trapped here forever, I suppose I'll have to place my faith in others. But even if you hadn't have trapped me in here, your complete disregard for them is proof enough that I cannot trust you. Even if I were to tell you everything I can think of about how to beat Lolth, I still cannot trust it wouldn't be kept to yourself and not shared with the group, because you think you know better, because you prefer to keep secrets. You're not a team player, Owen. That much is clear.
As I recall, I told you the reason why I'm going after Lolth.
It's not the why, it's the how that concerns me.
I do hope that you find some measure of comfort here, Raavas. I really mean that. I suppose it's now time to end the dreamscape.
Well, then.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so it is now morning. Alright.
Frackin', where am I on this stupid computer? Please. There I am.
Who was that?
What the heck was that? Did somebody get possessed by Elmo?
That was funny.
That was me. That was me yawning, stretching, and then because my pillow is right next to my mouth, I decided to worry it like a dog for reasons. I'm not sure why.
You need help.
Clearly.
All right, so it is morning. What do your characters do?
Jal wakes up, looks at Amber in the corner. It's like, has Amber been sleeping in the corner all night?
Okay. Lucid, stay with Jalarum for a moment. Give me 1 second. I want to check something. Hi, Chris.
All right, future Mr. Eliora.
Yeah, I don't think any of that's gonna work. Okay. So Faye's going to stand right over here in case she flips out. And Amber! Amber!
Bliss?
Yeah, I'm here. Amber's remaining silent.
Amber, what is Amber?
Amber.
She's still in the corner.
She's still in the corner. Amber. Come on. You've got to get up now. We left you alone through the night, but we can't leave you here.
Amber, Gave you an entire night to clear your head, but you need to get up now. At least eat something.
Amber slowly gets up and walks to the dining area.
Morning, Hana.
Morning. Jana, you coming?
Yeah, just give me a second. Just make sure everyone's secure.
Faye's going to pause and check in Raavas' room real quick.
He's still sleeping like a baby.
Okay, who's in a wind tunnel?
Finny, I think you're wind tunneling again.
Ah, man, I put it too high. Here, how's that?
Better.
Much better.
Okay.
Amber, no.
No,
Please don't
no,
leave.
Amber, no, come back.
Amber,
If you're gonna eat,
Hawthorne, freeze.
Amber keeps going.
Amber!
Nope, I'm following her. Yes, scrolling.
Oh, she's going very slowly, so.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Faye just sits down and begins to eat her usual, fare.
For crying out loud, Amber, get out of the corner.
You can't stay in the corner forever, okay? Please? You don't have to talk, but please at least sit at the table.
Oh, she's snarling.
Whoa!
I figured that coming. I figured it'd be. It's funny. I figured it'd be 100, not 15.
Wah, wah.
And Jalum just darts right to the.
It wasn't a loud snarl, it was more like careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like I'm eating. Leave me alone.
There's a seat at
Owen?
the table if you want it, okay?
Owen, I have one question for you. Just one. Are you going to release Raavas now or not?
One way or another, the plan is to release Raavas.
But when?
I imagine that all of us have a few things to discuss first.
So does that mean you're finally going to talk to us?
I had hoped that everyone would be here. If Amber is not present, I'm not sure it's going to be anywhere near as effective.
If all she wants is food, she can have her food. If she doesn't want company, that's up to her.
Yeah.
Well, we could bring the company to her.
I'm not sure if she would appreciate us bringing the company to her. If she's not coming here of her own volition, I'm not sure there is anything that we should do.
I'm not dragging her over by her tail to get over here. If she wants to come over, she can.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
It's right there, Ellie!
Don't you freaking dare.
Okay.
Cute.
She's dragging on!
That's it. You're not a bridesmaid anymore.
Oh!
Don't do that! No, you're making her sad.
Now I really am depressed.
Aw, now she's really depressed.
Well, behave next time. Okay. Listen, if she needs to hear this, then she needs to hear this. I'm sorry, but we can't keep catering to everyone's feelings like this. We're staring down the shaft of going to face a goddess. arrow shaft for you perverts out there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that until you said it.
Oh, you sediment roll. I love it.
Move on, please.
We can't keep messing around as we have been.
Amber's
I'm
act-
just as guilty of this as anyone else.
If it helps, Amber is actually heading back to get more food.
So this.
Yes, it really depends on if she's going to stick around.
If she needs to hear this, then she needs to hear this.
Well,
If we have something to discuss, we are to discuss it.
Well, I mean, if there's a blockade big enough.
Speak of the dragon. Amber, you're staying right here.
Ivan went to block? Oh, goodness.
I'm going behind Ivan because, yeah.
You're the picture of courage, Jalarum.
Well, I'm only
As a reinforcement, I expect.
yeah, as a
No.
reinforcement.
Amber is not even looking at Ivan or Jalarum. She sees Ahana. And she's falling apart.
Amber, snap out of it.
If there's something on your mind, you need to talk now. Letting your emotions out is way better than pretending they don't exist.
It happened again.
Pardon?
I failed again.
What are you talking about?
Jim died because of me. And because of me, Hana almost did too.
Because of you?
I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't strong enough.
You did everything you can to keep them safe.
No.
Also, I think punching Balzable square in the face says otherwise.
Not to
If I had
mention,
just caught her before that happened, our cop would never had to sacrifice himself.
it's not your
It's
fault.
my fault, Faye! It's
It-
always been my fault!
It's our fault.
If we want to be technical, Amber, it's more my fault than yours. I was the one who acted on what Mephistus told us to do. And then I tried to lie about it, remember? It wasn't your fault. What he did to Hana, he did to spite me. It wasn't because of you.
Doesn't matter. I am a dragon. It is what I do. And I couldn't do it for our queen. I couldn't do it for her granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry, daughter. I mean, no. Darn it.
We'll
Niece!
keep going. We'll get there eventually.
Okay, shut up. Okay. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts in order. And fix my microphone. Okay. Jim died trying to protect me. And when I tried to protect the closest thing to her, I couldn't. Dragons are supposed to protect those who can't protect themselves.
Amber.
And worse. I betrayed Raavas. The very motion of what dragons are supposed to do is protect. I let my pride and my ignorance, my thirst to protect a horde, get in the way of that fact. Hana, it's my fault. God, I'm so sorry. It's my fault that you ended up the way you did. I am a liability.
also an imperfect being, one that is prone to make mistakes. You can't look at every single failure you endure and put it on yourself as 100% guilty.
Amber, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not mad at you. It's your fault I'm a tiefling. I'm here because of something that someone else did, not because of you. And I'm here because you cut me and Arkoth out. I ran away from the manor. I got captured because I wasn't thinking properly. It's not your fault. And
It's my fault
Well,
that
why-
Raavas is asleep. It's my fault you almost died. It's my fault Arkoth is gone.
Arkoth was going to go anyway. Someday. I already knew that. Doesn't mean it hurts less. But it's not a bad thing that he's gone. He's gone to someplace better. I'm not mad at you for that. At all. And Raavas may be asleep, but he's safe.
It's my
He's
fault
not
he's
hurt.
that way.
He's safe.
He needs to be here.
I'm not sure it is your fault that he's that way.
If I wasn't an idiot and a coward, like you said.
Amber, I wanted to slap him just as much as you did. He acted out of line, but that's just because he doesn't know what you all value. He didn't know my aunt. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand what you all are and what you all have taught me. It's no one's fault he's asleep, really.
Go on.
Amber
Let's
looks
just-
to. Amber
about
looks to. Okay.
I was going to say let's blame Loth for being the way she is and making the drow how they are. Just as I am the product of hell, he's the product of her. But Amber, I need you. I need you just as much as I need all the rest of you. I'm not strong. I'm not anywhere near like any of you, but I can do this.
Amber looks to Owen. Please wake him up.
As I had stated to Faithurin before, one way or another, he will awake. There are a number of things I wanted to discuss with everyone first. I see most of us in here.
I'm in the back.
Okay.
Amber picks up Ivan and Hana and just holds them like teddy bears.
Aww. Ivan nuzzles his face into your chest, happy to hug you again.
Kinky.
I was trying not to!
Eliora and Sweetie, you two are terrible to me. Y'all have taught me some bad habits.
You want to see bad? Look what I said about Ivan and Amber on my Twitter.
No.
Let's not.
Let's not. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't see that. I don't
I
think I
am so
want
sorry,
to.
dog. I am terribly sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. It would seem that I am standing alone here, as everyone else feels that Raavas is absolutely necessary in which to face against Lolth. I understand that my efforts to reach out to him have led to nothing. He still believes that I have every intention of slitting his throat the moment he tells us how to stand against Lolth. No amount of reason or even accountability has changed his mind. I have a hard time understanding that. But in the end, our final conversation, I think I was able to at least put myself in his shoes. It is obvious to me that each of you are begging to have him part of the group in order to face off against Lolth. Whether or not he can make a significant difference, I really don't know. Perhaps there is something that he has yet to tell any of us. Perhaps there is some method to his fighting that will give us that necessary edge. I honestly don't know. It would be beyond myself, I suppose I should say, if I were not to consider, or at least mention, other alternatives. I never had any intention of keeping him there permanently. But you all seem to believe that facing against Lolth now is our only way forward. That we cannot come back to face Lolth at any other time. I understand that many of you may shut me down outright, and you'd have every reason for doing so, but has any one of us considered that we have the option of going past this layer, completing what we came here to do in the first place, and then returning to finish the job here?
We made a deal with Raavas. And on top of that, I don't think any of us would care to traverse through Bator any more than is necessary.
Honestly, the sooner we get this done, the better.
Raavas seemed to believe that it was absolutely necessary that we save a coin so that he could return to the Underdark through this layer after we had completed everything on the 9th. You seem to think that it's okay for him to come back here, but not ourselves.
We already have safe passage from Mephistopheles. That includes him.
Then why is it so necessary for us to do Lolth here first?
Because of Asmodeus.
I assume that you had more to say on that.
Slaying a deity is not an easy task.
Both of them are deities. I fail to see the point. I'm waiting for you to give me a compelling reason. I'm sure all of you must have something.
because we can think about this. You would do anything to protect the ones that you love or care about. You would go even to the lengths of slaying a god if it meant you meant the one person person you care the most about to come back. In fact, it's something that I sort of got from Asmodeus, and sort of tying this back to Levistus. You would do anything to protect the ones you love.
I'm thinking of more of a practical reason. Lolth could ally herself with Asmodeus if she's still alive. Asmodeus has provided her safe haven here for gods know how long. Maybe he has a deal with her to call in a favor. The more allies we eliminate of Asmodeus's, the better off we are.
I'm checking to see if Faye knows anything about the relationship between Lolth and Asmodeus.
That's a very good roll too.
Mm-hmm. Near perfect.
You remember from the Spider Queen lore that Asmodeus and Lolth were on very good terms. Before, as you recall, in the Spider Queen lore, it said that Asmodeus was kind of the one who tipped her down to the dark side.
It was Asmodeus's sweet whispers that twisted her mind in the first place. I imagine the two still have an alliance of sorts.
So either way, we are pushing aside one part of that alliance.
Yes.
Which part is more prudent?
I would say Lolth, because we have the alliance of the ruler of this layer. We would have an advantage. Whereas if we go straight to Nessus, we have no backup.
We have no backup either way.
Let me check something right quick. Where's that blasted letter?
We have Mephistopheles.
I'm not certain we do. Where's that letter?
The letter wasn't actually written. It was notional.
Oh. We have a letter of safe passage, not a contract of protection. We can't count on Mephistopheles for help for this.
I brought this up because there is a way that we can face Lolth with more allies if we went to the 9th layer first.
How so? How so?
Sorry. Have you forgotten the reason why we came here in the first place?
You wish us to save Jaminia first, then come face Lolth.
That is an option I wanted to be sure that we all agreed on or even disagreed on before we go any further.
I don't want to consider that as an option. For Jaminia, it's been 13 years that she's been down here. I can't imagine that she would appreciate us coming down here than saying, we have a battle to fight. Okay, let's go.
I'm also concerned that we may not even get that far. Like I said, I have no idea what Raavas could or could not provide when facing against Lolth.
He could at least provide additional manpower.
As could Jaminia.
A woman who's been tortured for 13 years versus a drow who actually knows his goddess.
What's to stop us from having both?
I don't imagine Jaminia would be in any shape to fight.
Really frustrating that I can't speak here because I'm not actually in the room.
Well, here's an idea. Maybe get Raavas' input.
I wanted to discuss it here with everyone first. I have to believe that we should have everyone consider every option before moving forward into a very dangerous plane.
In other words, Raavas isn't part of everyone.
Not yet, no.
Quiet, you're asleep.
I was speaking out of character.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have spoken of this before you
Right.
placed him in the slumber.
Owen, and with all due respect, we plan, we invade, everything breaks loose. When have our plans ever worked?
Mine did against the Balor last I checked.
Yes. Only because you didn't tell us.
Jaminia insisted that we use every available resource at that time.
Well, then I
Even
am
if
going...
She didn't have a plan. She did not say that we could leave others to face the Balor. She believed that with every ounce of her soul. I got so frustrated with her in that moment. She was not doing the logical thing. She was wanting to stand against a terrible evil. She wanted to be there herself, even though that losing her at that time would have broken every other alliance apart. She was the one thread keeping it all together. I felt beside myself if I had not brought up that same desire in her now.
She sounds like you.
It sounds like Raavas.
No, it sounds like Owen. Impulsive, takes charge, doesn't really listen to others unless you force them to.
My wish at that time was for us to retreat. I followed in her example because I knew she believed in what she was saying.
She wanted us to use all our resources. I realize Raavas is one of those.
Yes.
I have created a very somber atmosphere here.
Ding, ding, ding! What do we have for him, Johnny?
Nothing new, really.
All I know is, Owen, is that you could be very cryptic at times, and quite frankly, I'm in too much of a bad mood to put up with it.
The last time you were in a bad mood, with me in particular, was when I stepped in between you and Raavas. After which, I poured out my whole heart in everything that I believed in.
Why do you think
I was being so cryptic then?
No, but it did take you that long to do so.
Well, personally, I think he learned from his mistakes and he's willing to be more straightforward now. And
Oh, I am hoping he has, Ivan. I don't just punch one of my horde willy-nilly. I'm not apologizing for that.
I'm biting my tongue. You know, it would probably help if you didn't keep your plans all to yourself all the time, every single time, without deviation. This is the first time you've come to us to discuss anything.
Well, what sort of plan did you have this morning, Faithorin?
Faithorin just stays quiet, although she does glance in Jalarum's direction. Well, she only stays quiet for a second. I did have something in mind, but what I wanted to do wasn't going to risk anyone's life or soul. And
It's okay.
I'm not sure it is. And she turns to just kind of hover by the door frame. She's still in hearing range in case there's still more to talk about, but she doesn't want to say anything else.
Amber kind of smirks. My plan kind of involved exactly that kind of detail. Gods cannot be destroyed unless they commit a horrible act against an innocent.
Faye's ear perks up immediately.
And I had thought, in my state and in my anger and in my frustration, maybe this dragon life could be put to some use.
What are you saying?
Okay, I'm rolling to see if she's right that gods can't be destroyed unless they hurt an innocent.
Well, referring to the primeval pact,
I know what she meant. I know what she meant, but I'm digging through Faye's head.
You know that the primeval pact is a way to destroy a god. You've heard tales of gods destroying each other before, but you're not entirely sure how. It could have been with the primeval pact. It could have been with the primeval pact. It could have been with something else.
It could even be older.
I wouldn't be so quick to throw your life on the line like that, Amber.
Wasn't.
You're quick to suggest that as an idea, though.
I wasn't hearing any ideas. I don't think Raavas is going to be released until the old dwarf gets off his hands.
I have an idea, but the probability of it working is really high.
Well, we're taking any suggestions right now, so why don't you go ahead and share?
Well, all right. I'll relay the information about Lolth again that I told Fairthorn earlier. So if you remember, it was the portion that she can't, like, as long as we don't provoke her, she can't attack us directly, but she can send people after her.
After you.
After
us, yeah.
But what if the people we send after her, we can convince them to turn on her? But that, again, which is really hard because Drow are insanely loyal to Lolth.
And we're not exactly in a location where we can get them to do that.
Yeah.
No.
We're on her grounds, her rules.
Yeah. Well, not yet. But...
Have there been times a god has been killed before?
To my memory, yes. But I'm not sure about the details.
Maybe Raavas has the knowledge.
What gods have died?
Well, there was the one that broke the primeval pact that happened to us.
Yeah, we were there to witness it.
His name was Solinar Philandria. At least I think I'm pronouncing that right. A member of our party transgressed him. He's no longer with. And what
he accidentally struck. He accidentally struck your aunt. At the time, she was connected to Simula, and Simula was pregnant with you. By striking Jaminia, he placed both Simula and you in danger. And
I
that
almost died twice.
Amber bites her tongue.
Well, the point is that that caused him to break the primeval pact and led to oblivion for him.
So she just has to hit someone who's innocent.
That's a thought, but it's not one that I'm willing to entertain.
Well, I figured I'm biggest of all of you.
Anyone have a baby?
Sorry.
Amber squeezes Hana. Hana, the adults are talking.
Wait, Jalo thinks she's not entirely wrong.
Jalarum!
I'm not.
Amber starts billowing smoke.
I'm not entirely suggesting it.
You said it!
Fairthorn steps into the room just enough to give Jalarum a very special look.
I didn't say I wanted to go through with it.
Amber puts Ivan and Hana down.
Amber, please
walks
don't.
over to Jalarum.
Amber, please don't.
Ambi, no.
Let me.
Puts him in the head.
And
ow.
Goes back, picks up Hana and Ivan and carries them further away from Jalarum.
I seem to have left some behaviors on others here.
Amael?
Yeah, apparently thought. So yes, thought crime.
Oh, jeez. Amael, I want you to carefully think about what it is you're suggesting. Very carefully think about it. And realize why that might not quite be an option.
Could render one of our party members useless.
Amongst other things, she sounds irritated, but her face is red.
Yeah,
Is there some way? Is there some way to magically make a baby?
No, Hana.
Hana?
Amber puts her claw over her mouth now.
And Jello is just like backing himself, like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. Why the heck did I just say that?"
Can I burn him?
No, you may not.
Him?
No.
Please,
No.
just a smolder.
No. Ambi,
We're not watching TMNT 2. Now shush.
Ambi, down. No.
No, I promise he's going to regret that later. We have more pressing issues to worry about right now. Ladies and gentlemen, your obligatory sidetrack.
Yay! I think that's sidetrack bingo!
And just for emphasis, Lucid lands on Jalarum's head again and just kind of starts hopping on top of his head.
I deserve this.
You really do.
You are a bad man. You're a bad man, and you should feel bad.
Anyway.
But back on track, as I kind of wave Lucid off. If we're not coming up with any ideas, maybe we can.
I did have an idea, but none of you seem very enthusiastic about it.
I can't imagine why that would be, Amber.
No, I wouldn't know either. Amber smirks.
I don't...
Perhaps this is not a decision that we need to make just yet. If everyone here is determined to continue on this current layer, I imagine that there is much land we need to travel through first before we even get close to Wolf.
Phaethon turns and walks out the door.
Gallum is just like hanging his head.
Nah, Amber just blocks Owen for a minute. What do you need us to say? What do you want? What is it going to take?
I want everyone to be safe.
And Amber's taken aback.
Did we want to continue on with this layer? Further think about what we are going to do? Or did we want to make a decision now?
We need Raavas.
We need Raavas.
There's no other way around it. We need Raavas. Owen, we need him up. We need him up, please.
It's the best for all of us.
Whether we go to the 9th layer or stay on the 8th, he would help in both situations.
I have my suspicions that there is much more that's going to be unleashed. I'm not entirely sure what this will lead to. Did Faye leave? I'm not seeing her.
No, she's further down.
She walked out.
Oh, she walked out. I see. I wonder.
What?
Did I hear something?
That was me stretching again.
That was Shay.
It was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wake me up! Wake me up! It's
No.
I swear! Why? You just couldn't resist, could you?
That is very distracting. Goodness.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
You know, that really is Evanescence's most overrated song.
I told you I'm in a good mood.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Oh no, how dare you be happy.
Oh,
Don't say that. She'll burst out into another song.
you come up with something better. Don't transition.
Yeah. I said, that was very distracting. I was in the middle of a thought process.
Good job, Amber.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the show, the musical.
No.
I am
Yeah,
sorry.
we've already had a musical version of
I
that.
didn't mean to throw off your train of thought. I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Doctor's groove.
Sorry!
Stop, guys! Good heavens!
Yeah, no more references.
Okay, okay.
Enough
Gosh.
stupid references!
Shay, that means you!
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Darn it, stupid mouse.
Is Faye going to be here?
Faye?
No, she
You
is
said-
not. She's still out. She's still outside.
Like outside the house?
No, she's
Outside
where
the
you-
room.
she- yeah, she's where you can't really see her.
Oh, I see. She must be waiting for me to make a decision.
To do it now.
Right.
You okay over there? That sounded like choking.
I coughed and then I giggled because I was like, man, am I really that bad today? I am so sorry.
Yes.
You're on a special type of sugar high.
Except I bet have any.
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.